The time has arrived, people. The time has arrived. Now, unlike most people, or seemingly most people, I still like Brock Lesnar in 2018. Mostly because he's absolutely massive, but he's also legit, and I enjoy my pro wrestlers to feel legit. However, given that as I say these words, he has been the Universal Champion for over 400 days, well, given the situation, like I say, the time has come to take that championship off of Brock Lesnar. Why? Here's why. Right, from the off, yes, I actually agree with WWE's sentiment that at one stage it was actually a good thing having Brock Lesnar off TV, even though he was essentially the world champion. It made him feel more special when he did arrive, and every time they told me he was coming to Raw or a pay-per-view, I was like, well, I've definitely got to watch that because Brock Lesnar's going to be on it. Now, that actually means nothing coming from me because I'm a wrestling idiot and I watch the show every single week, even when I don't like it, but that is besides the point. He was a draw. The champ was coming back to his stomping grounds and I wanted to see who his next opponent was going to be. And yes, most of the time that was Roman Reigns, but I don't care about that right now. All ideas do eventually start to wear thin though, and I think it's clear to everyone that this idea has started to wear thin and we need that Universal Championship back on Raw. We need it back on Raw ASAP. And even WWE do know that because the original plan at Mania 34 was for Roman Reigns to do just that. Then stuff changed for whatever reason, but there's still no impetus to get the gold back on Monday nights, and it's getting so bad that the show's starting to feel like it doesn't care about the title, and therefore I stop to care about the title, and then what does that title even mean? It means nothing, and it becomes a damn prop. It's a classic case of out of sight, out of mind, and because the commentators are told never to mention it unless it's tying into a story, and no wrestlers have their eye on that prize, eventually, yeah, you're like, well, I guess I'm just going to watch Raw without a title, because it never has a title on it, therefore I'm getting used to the fact it has no title on it, therefore I don't care about the title. Eventually, it does just drop out of our brain, and that is ludicrous, because even in 2018, what should the point in a kayfabe world be of pro wrestling? It should be that you're on Monday Night Raw, you're on that show because you want to win the biggest prize you can, that being the World Championship or the Universal Championship. It used to have a stupid name, now we're all just used to it. It would be like any team entering the World Cup and the manager doing an interview and going, don't really care if we win or lose, just here for some lols. It gets worse too because the prime time to do this has already passed. Look at SmackDown, look at AJ Styles. AJ Styles with his current championship reign has got to that point where most fans are like, you know what, he could lose it now and that would be okay. He's had it for a long time, he's been an awesome champion, but that transition phase has arrived and that's okay because we're telling a good story and there's another guy ready to take it off of him and we'd all be cool with that. His name is Shinsuke Nakamura. Instead, mostly because of last minute changes, all these plans have now shifted to somewhere else. Roman Reigns is not the Universal Champion. Samoa Joe has gone to SmackDown and now Jinder Mahal is feuding with the big dog, and all of this happened because WWE did indeed to keep the Universal title around Brock Lesnar's waist at WrestleMania 34. And that would be fine if he did turn up for TV, but he never does. And I finally got to the point where I'm like, you know what? I want my Universal title storylines to go from week to week, not every 3 months to 3 months. It certainly doesn't help that it is the Universal title that's going through all of this. That belt basically has a history of 0 and now has probably been off TV more than it has been on TV. That's crazy. And don't forget as well that it's only been held by Finn Balor for about 3 seconds, Kevin Owens, then Goldberg had it, and eventually it went to Brock. Now, in many ways, that's really cool. Think of you as a wrestler going, oh, the prestige and the honor I could have of winning the Universal title because the name list is so short. You can't do that because the Universal title is never on television. It's also not helping Lesnar anymore either. If we were able to take this title away from him, he could actually start to enjoy some part-time feuds with some random dudes that may actually light up our interest. For example, at one point the rumor was Bobby Lashley was going to come back and he was going to feud with Brock Lesnar. I'd enjoy that. 2 dudes just smashing the crap out of each other, and that's that. Hell, you could even have done something with the likes of Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn. That would have been a joy to watch, see how it unfolds. But again, you can't, simply because of the situation and because WWE doesn't want either Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn in the title picture because the focus is Roman damn Reigns. And yeah, maybe Brock would have phoned in these performances and it wouldn't have been the matches that we had wanted, but at least it would have been something different and something new. And really, we're all to blame. If we hadn't have booed Roman Reigns so incessantly, maybe he would have won the title at WrestleMania 34 and we could have put all of this to bed. It would have been back on Monday Night Raw, so really, we screwed up and we should all look in the mirror and be truly ashamed with ourselves for what we've done. That's a joke. Obviously, that's a joke. I don't think that. And even at this stage, WWE has got to start seeing sense, because essentially your world champion on your biggest brand is basically a ghost. It doesn't exist. Imagine you're a new viewer. You're a new viewer, you tune in, you're like, oh, I understand the concept of a championship and wrestlers or sportsmen and sportswomen going for said championship. Where the hell is the championship? You're gonna start thinking he's just wearing a toy around his waist because the believability has been flushed down the toilet, and that's when wrestling hits a brick wall. Crazily as well, no one actually knows when this is gonna change. The recent murmuring suggests that Brock Lesnar ain't even gonna think about losing it until SummerSlam. SummerSlam is in August, and August is miles away. I'll probably be dead by then, and until I do die, I'll be living in this world of nonsense. How can your world champion just not show up? It's a crazy situation, and it's all gone bonkers, and it's so bonkers, it's now making me feel bonkers. When you think about it, what does bonkers even mean? What a bonkers word bonkers is. I don't even care if we do just give it to Roman at this stage, because at least we can start bringing credibility back to it and actually have it involved in some proper feuds. It was all fine until Mania, but this reluctance to pull a trigger on a storyline we've been building for a year was absolutely a mistake. And also, Raw is 3 hours long. If Raw is 3 hours long, why are we taking what is a narrative point of view, that being the title, and not having it on there? It would make those 3 hours so much easier. I can only imagine, if I'm thinking this, that loads of people are, because I like Lesnar. I enjoy seeing him. I'd be happy for him to stick around with the WWE for as long as he wants. But given that Raw especially is starting to feel stale post-Mania, I really do think we need to make amends with this, and make amends with this soon. And what do you do when things feel stale? You gotta spice things up, and spice does funny things to my tummy. You didn't need to know that. Also, now that I think about it, going back to the point I made earlier, how do you, the wrestling fan, explain this to a new viewer? A new viewer walks up to you and goes, oh, I watched some wrestling. Where's Brock Lesnar? He's a champion or something? And you have to go within the realms of kayfabe. Well, Brock just doesn't have to turn up for the show because he doesn't want to, and management just decide that's okay. And this is where wrestling starts to let us down, because we all look like morons. And of course, we are all morons, but we don't want to admit that, and the Sport of Kings exposes us for the idiots we are. Not really idiots. That's another joke. Well, at least I'm an idiot, but I'm proud to be an idiot. #idiot. But yeah, WWE, please let anyone go and retrieve the Universal title from Lesnar and put it back on Monday nights. You know it makes sense. I know it makes sense. Even my nan knows it makes sense. And one, she didn't even watch pro wrestling. And two, she's dead. That idea ticks a lot of boxes. And at the moment, we're ignoring the boxes. And as we all know, you don't ignore a box. It's made out of cardboard, and cardboard is precious. Don't know what that means. Now, don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you think about Brock Lesnar's Universal title reign and Roman Reigns. Like, share, and subscribe. Head over to whatculture.com and read yourself some articles. And then go to Twitter and follow What Culture at What Culture WWE. My name is Simon from What Culture. Thank you for watching. And maybe, just maybe soon, we will have a new Universal Champion. Probably going to be Roman Reigns. But I tell you, right now, that is for the best.
So, thanks for watching. Please feel free to click on any of these things around my head, or something terrible might happen to the dog. Too sweet me, bro. Traitor. Traitor.